Alright guys, so we're jumping right back into some Final Fantasy. So we checked out Marsh Caves, we got some equipment, some items, things like that that were locked with the Mystic Key, but we weren't able to find any sort of dwarves. So I'm going to look in a different area. I did do a little bit of scouting off camera, in all honesty, and then I did find a port to the north. So I think we might need to go there. And so let's check it out. The main reason I'm doing the off-camera scouting is I would just hate to I'd hate to have a video where it's just us searching for like 30 minutes and then we don't actually do anything, you know? Like there's no actual like development of the plot or the story. It's just we don't know where we're going, which I guess could be entertaining. It's tough to say. Maybe if this is like a live stream. I don't think I'll probably just set a certain amount of time that I like live stream for when I do the YouTube streaming. For I think starting Final Fantasy 3 we'll do that. But we'll set that up and that'll be a good time, and then we'll just kind of wander about. It'll be really interesting because I've never played Final Fantasy 3. As far as I can remember, I've never touched the game. So that'll be the first Final Fantasy we play where I truly have never played it. I played quite a bit of Final Fantasy 1, a little bit of 2, not very much, and then nothing of 3 through like 6. So it'll be a good time. The one thing I do remember is I don't really like it too much. I remember there's like quotes you have to memorize. Like there's like specific things where it's like they'll say something that you gotta remember that they said it, and like that's always a little bit weird, but like apart from that it seems like it seems good. I enjoy the game. It's tough for me to like have an opinion right now because I haven't played it all the way through and I haven't like played a bunch of it, so like I'm just like, yeah, I'm sure it was good the first like hour of it, and then like we'll see what the rest of the game has. Let me just wipe out that shark. You know what? I never stocked up on items. I forgot to do that. That's fine. Worst case scenario, we die, and I don't think that's super likely. Alright, they're striking first. It's only one shark though, so like once we all hit it once, it'll die. And Orin might just take it out himself if he gets a hit in here. Oh yeah, that's lethal. That is a no more shark kind of play right there. And this is the port I was thinking of. Obviously we can't go east. I'm wondering if it was a big mistake not to have items and potions and stuff. I could definitely be in a bad spot just from poor planning. I'm not going to go back yet, though. It depends on how much resistance we get. We're going to have to burn a little bit of our MP on Orin just to heal him up. And then maybe Yuna as well. But I believe we still have the cottage, so it's not a huge deal. Like, we do still have the cottage. So it's like, even if we have to use it, like it's not gonna, it's not gonna ruin anything particularly. So I'm looking for a cave. As specifically what we're looking for is some form of cave that we can kind of traverse. Spelunking, right? Is it spelunking as the cave exploration? I really hope that word doesn't mean anything else. This is a very awkward video, but I thought that was the terminology used. Man, at a certain point, you'd think the Wolves would be like, hey man, maybe we don't mess with that guy. He seems to be all about the business. I do wish you could zoom around the overworld map, like in the PS3 version, or I mean, not obviously not the PS3 version, the PS1 version, but you know, it just seems I don't know, it just seems so slow. I don't know, it's not a big deal. I do believe the game, this series should get easier as we go along. In all honesty, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the last true, like, Final Fantasy with a challenge will be maybe Final Fantasy VI. I've never played it, but it seems that the series gets easier and easier as you go along, in my opinion. Oh, no, I didn't want to flee. Oh, shoot. That's a mistake. I mean, obviously I win this fight. Oh, well, they're fleeing too, so I don't feel as bad. As you can see, we do have a cave here. Rally Ho. What was the name? I think I skipped past that. Mount Durgar. Have you spoken with Smith the Smith? That's clever. With a crystal eye, even a blind one is able to see everything. But I hear that Dark Elfastos stole it from Matoya the Witch. So that is important, but we've already resolved that dispute. Huh? This noise? Oh, Grandpa Nellick's at his rock, busting again. What does that mean? An armlet can work as an armor. It protects you. Okay. Ooh, I'm looking for the Levistone. You see, the Levistone can make anything float in the air. That sounds like an airship to me. Rally Ho. Nothing too important from the Rally Ho people. This guy looks important. How can I forge a sword worthy of leaving its name in history? Perhaps that legendary metal adamantite can. Interesting. Curious if I'm gonna get into any fights soon. It doesn't seem all that unlikely. If I just steal their things. They're just cool with me just jumping in here and taking everything. Worm killer, mithril knife, helmet. There's so much. Mithril mail, a bunch of gil, and a cottage. That's always a little bit ominous when you have a bunch of items. You're like, ooh, where are you sending me? Ah, the nitro powder. Thanks a ton, youngsters. Now we can build a canal. So he's gonna blow up some things. There we go. There. Now we can blast this rock to smithereens. I'm ready for this. Now move it. That wall will explode, so we'd better get out of here. Wait, why don't you just tell us to leave it first? Yep. Nice. And that opens up a lot of the world. Oh, the great sea is calling me. Okay. Alright. Well, that is nice because that opens up a lot of the areas we can explore now. Which I think might mean that we're going to see a dramatic increase in the monsters we face. Found some gil. Found some more gil. You know, nothing crazy. Okay, we've already talked to that dialogue before. And I'm just going to log down a few things. So it's important to know dwarves have mentioned Levistone or Levistone making things float. And then one of them is looking to make a sword out of adamantite. So if we're able to get those resources, that should be the first place we go to. I'm doing all the damage right now. That's quite a few wolves. We're just gonna ice them. Reason we're being real generous with our spells here is we're gonna head back to Alfheim to get some items. So we're gonna go to an inn anyway, so we can just blow through all our MP. And we know what we're gonna face along the way back to Alfheim, so there's really no threat whatsoever. We need to head westward some more, but oops. Wait, where am I going? Do I know where I'm going? It's a legitimate question right there. But yeah, we're gonna head to Alfheim, and then we want to get some more potions specifically. Those are the big things to get. It's exciting. We're heading westward. It's a new world, you know. What awaits us? Okay, back to back. That's not too bad though. I mean, it's just one ogre, so not a big deal. And at this point, ogres don't scare us anymore. Like you see, Orin's just taking him down like one punch, and he's just, I mean, arguably 4 there, but he's just so strong. There's not a lot they can do against him. I think I went the long way here. It's not too bad though. So the big thing to look out for is if we get any more any more items. Like if we suddenly have the ability to actually, just in case, but if we get the ability to get like Phoenix Downs and stuff, like that would be massive. The only difficulty would be if the Phoenix Downs are like 4,000 gil a piece, and then you're just like, oh, well, like, it's not very feasible. I really don't remember when Phoenix Downs were introduced. I feel like they've always been around. I feel like they've always been a part of the series, but I could be wrong. I do need to, so I'm still formulating my idea on this, but I do think I need to do like a summary of this series once I'm done. And essentially what that is I think I need to go over like the themes and the general like reoccurring things that make Final Fantasy. Just because I think it'd be interesting. So we might see that. So and what I mean by that is like in this, like in Final Fantasy 1 there were no chocobos, but then like in Final Fantasy 2 there were, and like these things you see and they're like staples of the series, but then people new to it are like, why does are they all the same world? Why do they all have big yellow birds? I'm confused. So we might do that just because it'd be fun. It's kind of fun to go over, and like, you know, it's I don't know how to. I guess at the root of what I'm saying is I don't know how to formulate a plan of what I'm gonna record because I don't know what I'm gonna think of the series after everything because I've never played through most of the games, like a lot of the older ones. So like my vision on what I want to do might change dramatically. So I might like think like, oh, that'd be cool, and then I'm like, not really. Like it's tough to say. I will stand by, because I've played the first few and the later versions, I do think the newer Final Fantasies are much easier. But I think, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's most games, like, in the world now. And the reason I say that is because I think before, like, I mean, there's exceptions, there's Dark Souls stuff that, like, their whole appeal is being difficult. But I feel like with auto-saving and stuff and all this stuff, like, I feel like games are naturally, just easier. I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm alone on that, but I wish I could pinpoint exactly what I'm thinking when I say, like, they're easier. Like, what do you mean easier? Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense, but, I guess I'll say this. If you make a mistake in a game, you can recuperate really quickly. As in, like, there's, like, if you die in a boss battle, normally you're right outside that door for the boss again. Like, you're there and just waiting to, like, fight him again. And that's not normal with a lot of the older games. A lot of the older games I find, or I feel, they're just like, if you die, it's like, oh man, that sucks. Good luck, man. Like, when did you last save? And that could be just a technology thing. I don't know if that was really a design thing where they're like, hey, let's make it so that whenever they die, they have to do everything over again. That's Marsh Caves. Dude, we've opened up, man, what I wouldn't do for a map. So we're gonna head westward towards Melmond, I believe. If I peruse my notes, I believe Melmond was a town far to the west. As we can see, it is definitely far to the west. Alright, we're gonna dock here and we're gonna do a little bit of exploration. We're getting a little bit aggressive with our magic usage, but I don't think we're gonna get punished for that anytime soon. It just feels like there wouldn't be an appeal to, like, blow open a hole in the land and then not have a town coming up soon. It feels like that wouldn't be the case. And it could be, like, if I mess up and I'm, like, just not going towards the right location. Maybe it will be that way, but we'll see. Oh no. These are new enemies. Are they going to kill us? We're getting real. We're getting real, I guess, how would I say it? We're getting real conservative with our play style. So we're gonna increase the attack of Orin, we're gonna give him more evasion, and then we're gonna give him haste to just beat down the trolls. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. What I was really worried about is I would get hit with a troll and they'd do like 500 damage, and then I'd just be like, oh, I guess I die here. Like it was one of those things where you're not supposed to actually be here, and the fact that you are was a big mistake. Bolting first is nice, because if I can actually eliminate one of them, yeah, now when Orin attacks, he's gonna probably just kill the last one. All in all, this isn't too bad. We didn't even get to hit him. Orin gained a level. That's good. And Yuna as well. So that's a lot of experience. That is nice. So we're gonna continue on because we didn't get absolutely obliterated. So we're just gonna use fire and bolt and, you know, the traditional ones, because I don't think they're too tough. We might need to heal after this one though, just with some potions. Honestly, my initial thought process is I think potions are just the best way to heal. Like when you're exploring and you know you're gonna like hit a town soon, or in this case we hope we hit a town soon. And the reason is because the magic is so it's so critical for our party that like we don't want to waste it. And I mean we're just wasting potions here just to top our players off. So we're gonna head north first. We're gonna use ice here, and then fire, and then hope we don't die. That's good to get that off, because we could just knock them pretty much all the way out. That'll be pretty effective right there. And then fire should finish them off. And it is important to note we still have that cottage, so if we do go down, it's not the end of the world. Lulu does level up, which is really nice to see. I head north like we had said. Centipede. I mean, do we just use low-level magic on him and then see what happens? Yeah, I don't think this is a tough enemy. I don't think so, at least. I hope not. And we're not going to do too much damage with the Bolt 1 and the Fire 1, as you know, because they're just really low-level magic spells. I mean, arguably, maybe we should actually just be hitting them physically with our mages at a certain point, but not too tough. Okay, so I do see a town, but I have no way to get to it from here. So we're gonna hug the coastline and then head more further south. Minotaurs, those are new as well. How in trouble are we? Let's find out. Fire 2, I'd prefer if ice just went off. It seems in general this game isn't punishing us too much. Like, it's not putting us in a situation where we're going to insta-die, which is nice, because that would be kind of frustrating to be exploring somewhere and then you just immediately get demolished. I guess it would kind of be deserved, though. If we're near Melmond, specifically... the guy we talked to said monsters come out, and he was not happy about that. Like he was essentially in fear. He was like, you know, when dark comes, like monsters come out, and like we're incredibly fearful. So like that's almost like a warning, you know, to be like, hey, don't go there. So I would almost accept that if I got absolutely demolished. It's kind of like, I mean, I guess they arguably told me not to go there, and I did. Alright, so we got anacondas. We're gonna use fire here and ice, just because we're close to a town. Like, we're not too worried, and I don't want to get poisoned. It's one of those things where if I can physically see the town, like, in my sights, like, I'm sure it'll be fine. And here we are. Well, not yet. We're close. He'll kick us. I mean, I guess at this point we can just do it all, right? Because we're right next to town. They should have an inn or something. I really hope they have an inn, or else I just look really silly right now using all my resources. Double ice, all that stuff. And there it is. We're getting a good amount of gil too, which is really nice, because if there's more magic to buy, then we're definitely going to need it. This isn't Melmond. This is Crescent Lake. Interesting. So where's Melmond? Alright. 200 gil per night. I'll take it. Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to actually cut the video here, and when you guys come back, we'll explore some of Crescent Lake and see what we can find. Thank you, and I'll see you guys later.